A teenage girl is too scared to walk to school after she was battered by a friend's boxer mother who dodged jail with a £120 fine. Kiesha Schofield was just 11 when she was assaulted by the secret assassin Jade Binch, 28, following a row with the boxer's daughter. Her mother Tiffany Schofield, 33, reassured the youngster that Binch would be jailed for the attack, which she claims left Kiesha with a fractured nose. But despite being convicted of assault last September, Binch was handed just a £120 fine plus court costs, a community order and 10 days of rehabilitation activities. After repeatedly encountering her attacker in the street since the conviction, poor Kiesha, now 13, is too scared to go out or walk to school. Mother Tiffany has now shared appalling images showing her daughter's bloodied face and says she is devastated that Binch has got away with the attack. The images were used in evidence during the court case, but Binch maintains that she did beat her daughter.Tiffany from Sutton-in-Ashfield, Nottinghamshire, said, "You can see the state Kiesha was in from the pictures. She had blood all over her face and was bruised on her head and body.Jade fractured Kiesha's nose. She had a bruised and bloodshot eye. She had scratches over her body and bruises on her back and arms where she had been kicked. I was livid.I wanted to do the same to her that she'd done to Kiesha, but common sense kicked in. I knew I needed to show Kiesha that you follow the right processes. I knew I couldn't retaliate. I kept reassuring her, she'll definitely get prison time for this. When she was given the fine and no jail sentence, I couldn't believe it. The judge who saw the CCTV footage gave her a fine. How is that justice for attacking a minor? An online video appears to show Binch training in a boxing ring 3 years ago, with the man who shared it claiming to have been training her for 4 years. Many commenters praise her who can Binch brags that she is a wolf not a sheep. Kiesha and Binch's daughter had been playing in a group in March 2017 when they reportedly fell out. Tiffany claims Binch then approached Kiesha after being alerted to the row by her daughter and assaulted her, leaving Kiesha with injuries that hospitalised her for the day. Tiffany said, Kiesha and Jade's daughter were the best of friends. They'd been at my house for dinner just before the attack happened. There was a big group of them out, and Jade's daughter had fallen out with her boyfriend. Kiesha went over to tell him everything would be alright, and Jade's daughter just said, I'm going to tell my mum. Kiesha rang me panicking, saying her friend's mum was coming down to get her. I just reassured her, thinking what mum was going to do anything to a child. The rest of the group started walking to the shop and Jade then pulled up and got out of the car and assaulted her. As the schoolgirl lay unable to move on the pavement, concerned passersby ran to her rescue and called the emergency services. Tiffany and her partner were forced to rush out of work after a friend called them in a panic. Tiffany said Kiesha was in the hospital for a few hours because they needed to keep an eye on her due to her head. The cleaning supervisor now claims her daughter is so scared that she won't even leave the house without her brother. She has said her confident and happy daughter has turned into an introvert. Tiffany said Kiesha doesn't go out anymore. There's a shop at the top of the road and she won't go without her brother. A year and a half later, my daughter is still seeing a counselor, still has flashbacks of that awful night. She now has a barrier up which she will not lower, and she don't understand how someone could do what this evil person did and yet get away with it. Binch admitted she lost her job as a result of her conviction for assault, but then claimed that the injuries obtained by Kiesha were not linked to the incident. The Crown Prosecution Service confirmed that the images showing Kiesha with a bloodied face, damaged nose and bruising were used as evidence in the case. But Binch said, "The information Tiffany is stating is not true. I was convicted of assault by beating, which can mean as much as a finger being put on somebody else." "I haven't beat her daughter. The information is incorrect. People can think what they like. I know what's what. She can make whatever allegations that she likes." A spokesperson from the Crown Prosecution Service said Jade Binch pleaded guilty to one charge of assault by beating and was sentenced on 28 September 2017 at Mansfield Magistrates Court to a community order for 6 months and participate in rehabilitation activities for 10 days.